Thank you.
You're welcome. I ain't want you to not know that I went live and you be like I set you up.
All the time.
She always talking trash. We ain't even going live yet and she giving me a hard time. Make sure y'all get on early and see what I have to go through to get this show right for you and you and you. I don't need this up, and then I come on my Instagram, and the first picture I see is my boy Wolf with no shirt on, like these on me. Like, hold on, he got the camera. My man Rip, that's my homeboy, but that ain't the first thing I want to look at. Me and my wife sitting here. This is the pregame before the game gets started. This how the show gonna go, Jesus? I ain't know where he's gonna take this. What's going on, son? I, you know what?
We're gonna hit the right
Your story. What's that from? Oh,
this morning.
hey. All right, you gotta move over or something, babe, for this camera action right there. We look dark on there, don't we?
It does look darker, but is it until you hit the go live or what?
Well, let's see. I don't think that make a difference. That'll make a little difference, huh? I guess it makes a difference. Hey, what's going on out there, y'all? No, we got about 2-3 minutes, so I'll be back and adjust myself. You can talk to Sutton. He always talking to you. I be doing both. I gotta get my lobster tail going.
Really? I'm gonna need you to come do the show.
But don't y'all want to eat dinner? No. He say no.
He said no.
Let me peel my oranges out and ready to start.
You have 2 minutes. Put it on again. It's brighter with it on.
Better with it on?
It's brighter.
So is that better?
I don't know. That might be too much. And you have the sunlight coming in or what? Hmm?
What do you think?
It's brighter.
Make
Depends
a big
on what
difference.
you're going for. Yeah, you want it to be super bright.
Oh, I like that darker feel.
You can want me to turn it on?
No,
See how
move
you.
over some. It's good. Hey, what's going on, world? It's me again, Ethan Smith, aka Mr. P.I.E.N. Another soulful Saturday of expression sessions. Me and my lovely wife, my life, Miss Kiki. What's going on, babe?
Nothing much.
That's it? That's all you got. We done been sitting here for the last 5 minutes and we come back with an intro, nothing much. How's your Saturday been going? What you been doing?
Pretty peaceful. Working on some Mr. P.I.E.N. things, and updating a blog and updating a LinkedIn, working on stuff.
No, okay, that's cool. I was taking
T-shirt ideas.
T-shirt ideas, yes. Coming soon to a T-shirt store near you. www. Mr. P.I.E.N. store. This has been brought to you by Mr. P.I.E.N. and the good people at Mr. P.I.E.N. LLC. Go get you some merch on your shirt. Look for Mr. P.I.E.N. You get it? Merch on your search. You thought I said your shirt on your search. Look for Mr. P.I.E.N. Anyhow, happy Saturday. Happy Saturday to the people, man. I got up this morning when you was still sleeping because my wife was up at like 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, working on something. I don't know what. I went back to sleep. But when I got up, it was probably about 7:38, and then I went and did my ruck, and you were still sleeping. And I came back and made some banana bread for my wife this morning and the kids, like 4 loaves of banana bread. Don't ask me why I made all that. Everybody get 1 banana bread if they wanted it. You know, man. I took a nap, y'all. I took a nap. I realized God likes to talk to me when I nap. So I took a nap to see what he had to say, see what he gave me for the show today. What did he want to spread to the people? What did he want us to give? What did he want us to talk about? And I'd be thrilled to tell you. I still don't know yet. I don't know what he's done, what he's given us, but I just got an idea of something that I was listening to that my wife said about 2 years ago. 2 or 3 years ago now, when we first started talking again. So maybe I'll play a little bit of that and get into that and just talk a little bit about life, what's going on, how you making it through this time of quarantine, what plans or goals you have set for yourself, you know, during this time of quarantine. What are you looking to learn coming out of this? What are you looking to gain coming out of this? Ooh, y'all go ahead. I'm going to have to go live on my wife's Facebook phone real quick. Her Facebook phone. On her Facebook. So yeah, what you think about that, love? Talking about some of those things. What you think about that? Okay, you know what? I not right now. Not right now.
Talking about a little bit of this and a little bit of that.
Yeah, a little bit of this and a little bit of that.
Sounds like a plan.
Sounds like a plan. It sounds like
so. Where you want to start?
Yeah. Wherever you start at. I want to start by getting this thing set up that I'm messing with.
No.
That's where I want to start at.
So how are you dealing with the COVID and being in the house and?
Ain't no different than what I usually do.
Well,
life is still the same for me. Maybe I should put this on your side. They can see you. Yeah, there you go. No.
Yeah.
Life is still the same for me. You know, we still been doing everything. Nothing has been different. I don't think. You know, nothing has been different for me. So, it's good to be in the house actually more. It's like I was talking about the other day. I don't like online classes. And now all my classes are online. Now it just made me realize what God is showing me. Like, now you got complete control of your time. You don't have to get up and go anywhere. Like, you really don't have to go anywhere that you don't want to go.
Right.
Unless you're an essential worker. Unless you have an essential job. It's something that's going on that calls you out. But now that I don't have to go into the school to do my work, now that I don't have to go, I don't have the ability to go into the library. It's closed. I actually have the ability to sit down and study on this internet, study my books, to really get the knowledge and the information, to force myself to learn a new style of learning. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So now with COVID-19 going on, I think it really just forced people to really learn more about themselves. Like as I listen to this Mr. P.I.E.N in the background, we talk about this my life. This your life. This your time. So for me, nothing has changed. It just made me look at my life more, like examining it more, magnifying it more. Like, yo, what are you going to get out of this? How are you going to come out on the other side of this? Are you going to come out the same? Are you going to come out better? Are you going to come out worse? Like, what are you going to allow this time of your life to do? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like taking the time and using it wisely. Like, what's that project you've always wanted to get done? Now you seem to have the time to get it done, or at least to get started with it as much as you can.
Yeah,
you know?
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's good. So with COVID-19, I'm not really tripping on it. It's like the T-shirt that we working on. I ain't worried about no corona, because I'm not worried about corona. I'm really worried about what's going on inside of these walls, inside of our house, inside my own mind, what God is planning for me, what he want us to do. So I don't have time to stress about corona. You know what I'm saying? I have my heart goes out to the people that may, what's the word? Get it. You know what I'm saying? My heart goes out to those people. My heart goes out to the people who have family members that's contracted it or something like that. But it's no different than my heart going out to the people that catch the flu. You know what I'm saying? It's no different than my heart going out to the people that's homeless. You know, it's no different than that. So for me, it hasn't changed my life. It made me look at my life more. I'm also already outside walking and talking to God and enjoying nature before all this came about. You know, you go back and look at some of my old videos. I talk about those things. So nothing has really changed for me.
Right.
Nothing has really changed for me. I don't know. I don't know. I see what's going on, but it's like, yo, this is something that's been going on, should have been going on before Corona came about. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
But life gets busy, and sometimes you feel that you have so much going on that you don't have time to stop and enjoy the little things, such as taking a walk and looking at flowers and, all of the things that we normally don't get to do, especially if you have a 9 to 5. You're ready for work and you're out the door. You very seldom get the opportunity to just take a walk or, notice those little things in life because we're so busy with our day-to-day tasks.
And
So
then,
this COVID-19 is allowing us the opportunity to take advantage of the downtime. But it's like you said, what are we doing with the downtime, and what are we learning about ourselves in the downtime? And just spending time with family as much as possible. I know we have this social distancing where you can only have 10 people congregating, and that seems to be working fine. We went to the park, was it
yeah.
yesterday? And it may have been us and one guy was at the basketball court and there were two other people, and we were all in different areas of the park, so we weren't congregating together, but you can still enjoy being outside and still respect the social distancing rules that they have, and then I'm learning too, now I have to rethink the way I grocery shop, because if I go at night, there's nothing
True.
on the shelves, but if I wait and I go earlier in the day, the very next day, then things are more likely to be, in stock.
Ooh, sorry.
So we are learning, that we have to do things a little differently, but we can still
David,
have some normalcy.
what's going on, David? David said, I'm a truck driver for 20 years. I have to keep it trucking for the people of America. I salute you, David. I take my hat off to you because back in 2005, I got my Class A license and I was going to drive over the road. Had too many points on my license, bro. They was like, no way, no how. Which probably worked out great for me. Because what happened in the end, I wound up going to Iraq. Not to say that that was a great thing, but at that time in my life, I probably didn't need to be away from my family because I was always on the go anyhow. But I do have a special place in my heart for truck drivers. I went to go to truck driving school, get the license. I've always did something where I was driving. Maybe it was more of a box truck or something like that. And I understand the importance of truck drivers, plumbers, electricians, people that really make, the wheels keep turning in America. No offense to
Yes.
anybody else, but the skilled laborers and people like that. So I take my hat off to you, man. I shout out to your family because, being a truck driver, you going from home a lot of times. You always on that road getting after it. So, hey, man, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate that.
Yes,
Hey,
really
thank y'all for
appreciate
tuning
that.
in over here. I know we came on late over here, so we thank y'all for tuning in as well. And what we talking about today? How are you coming out? How do you plan to come on the other side of? Come on. What is your plan to come on the other side of Corona? What do you hope to accomplish? What are you hope to gain? What knowledge? What information? Are you looking to have a stronger relationship with your wife? Are you having a stronger relationship with your kids? Are you birthing that business that God has put on your heart? Is you finally kicking the doors open to start writing your memoir, turning your journal into a book? Are you working out to lose weight? I was telling my wife, I said, okay, babe, we talked about what time we going to bed, 10 p.m. We talked about what time we waking up at 4 a.m. Now it's time for us to put it together. Like April 1st is the day. We have to do this. I'm like, I don't know what we gonna do exactly when we get up, because I have my own thing that I used to do. She has her own thing that she used to do. Now we have to find out how to do it together. We keep talking about this unity thing, and God is uniting us in this coronavirus. He's keeping you in the home with your family. He's keeping you closer to your wife. He's keeping you closer to your children. So now that God is uniting us, it's like we have to figure out how to work together. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I was talking to my wife about. How are we going to come out on the other side of this? What is the plan for coming out on the other side of this? What does God have for us coming out on the other side of this? It's not just to come out, still financially weak or crippled. It's not just to come out, still struggling in school or struggling with your kids. It's not just to come out 5 or 10 pounds heavier because you've been sitting in the house just eating and watching TV. No, you need to come out with a plan. You need to come out with some goals. You need to accomplish some things. This is the time where you learn how to use the computer and the information on the computer. You really use the capabilities of your phone besides just scrolling on your phone. Like, now is the time for us to take control of our life. And my wife, you were saying it earlier, a lot of times we didn't have time. And, I disagree with that. And we all have the same amount of time. We just use it differently. And I do understand the point that sometimes our 9 to 5, we feel like it doesn't afford us the time to take off. We feel like it doesn't afford us the time to be with our family or spend that one-on-one time with our family. But our time is going to be the time regardless. 24 hours is 24 hours in the day. So if you don't do nothing with your time when you had your 9 to 5, what makes you think you're going to do something with your time when it's free? So my challenge for you to start doing something with your time now, because when Corona is over, you're going to have to go back to work. And if you haven't started to put new plans or new structures, new formats in your life for your time, then you're going to feel like you don't have time again. And now you're going to go back to that vicious cycle of wanting to break and needing to break and not seeing that God has given us the break right here. What are you going to do with it? It's like the man with the 5 talents. What are you going to do with this break, Ethan? What are you going to do now that you're not in school right now that you're not doing Uber right now that you're not working at the school right now that you're not going to Toastmasters right now that you're not doing lunch drop right now, Ethan? All this time that you have, what are you going to do with the time that I'm giving you? Like, what do y'all got coming outside of coronavirus? Have you started to write down your plan for what's coming outside of coronavirus? I told my wife, we doing t-shirts. If we doing t-shirts, we have to learn how to do t-shirts so we can begin to build this business and build this brand that we believe in. So what are you doing coming outside of coronavirus? Are your kids going to be smarter? Are you going to be healthier? Are you going to learn how to cook more? Like, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I get it about the time thing. We all have time constraints. We all have a struggle with time. But now is the time for you to take the time and plan the things that God wants for you in your life and for you to ignite that flame. Like, that's just what I feel like. This, so coronavirus is a blessing. It's like a blessing or a curse depending on how you look at it.
Right.
So, yeah. What's going on, Trey Renee, Tracer?
So it's a good opportunity to, like I said, pull out that vision board, that dream or that project. I know I was watching something earlier and someone was saying they always wanted to do a garden in their backyard, and they were going to take this time to plant their garden, grow some vegetables. And I'm like, wow, that's great. You know, this is the perfect opportunity, especially if you don't have nothing going on really. It's a perfect opportunity to plant a garden. It's a perfect opportunity to write that book. It's a perfect opportunity to for us, I've been working on our blog more, on our website.
In our blog.
Just playing more with Canva and different software editors so that we can, get more graphic stuff done on our videos and everything. So this is the time to really get some things done that we've had on our to-do list for like forever. And you just like, I'm going to get to it. And you never get to it. And now that we sitting around and we bored, it's like, do something positive with that energy.
Absolutely.
Because, the idle mind can be...
the devil's workshop. He be
can
working
get us
on
in,
that clinkety.
Can get us in trouble. But if we put our mind towards something positive, then, like Ethan said, when the corona is over, now we have something we built and that we can continue on. That can be a blessing to our life as opposed to us sitting around and we just eating and complaining, and then we go back to work and then we just in that same cycle all over again. So
yeah, write this down, man. What do I want to have when quarantine is over? What do I want to have? What do I want to? What do I have? What do I hope to have gained? What do I hope to have learned? What do I want to have when Corona is over? And I need you to ask yourself that every day. No matter how crazy it seems, no matter how big the dream, what do you want to have? You may not have it right when Corona is over. I may not have sold 1,000 t-shirts right when Corona is over. It could end tomorrow. And I might not have printed one. But what do I want to have? Since I have that thought process, I know I'll eventually have it. What do you want to have when Corona is over? What do you want with your wife when Corona is over, or your husband? What type of relationship do you want with your children? What do you want when Corona is over? Use this time with Corona to start to set a new direction for your life. Like, I know my wife struggled with leaving her job for a very long time. She ain't never quit no job, okay? She did it the professional way. She resigned.
Yes.
Okay,
I gave her 2 weeks notice.
She ain't never quit no job ever. But even with her resigning from this last job, it was hard for her to do. It was hard for her to do with everything that was going on. But then you fast forward almost a month later, I sit back and I watch her creativity flowing. I sit back and I watch the things she's doing. I sit back and I watch the things she's implementing with our family. And not just for us, but for herself as well. Because I'm still watching her page and she's still doing her thing and she's still going out and couponing. And I was telling her, when you take advantage of your time that you've given, your creativity begins to flow again. You don't have to worry about how it's going to be taken care of. You just know that God already took care of it if you trust him. When she stepped out on faith and she trusts God and she walked away from her job, her creativity started to flow again. Her creativity started to grow again, and it began to blossom. It began to show. And you have to ask yourself, what am I going to do to allow my creativity to flow? What do you have to quit? It might not be resigning from your job. It might be resigning from a bad relationship. It might be resigning from drinking right now. It might be resigning from smoking right now. It might be resigning from the relationship that's toxic with your parents right now. You might have to step away from it. You might have to step away from some of those things. So it's like, what are you gonna quit? What are you gonna leave behind to step to something forward coming out of Corona? So ask yourself, what do I want coming out of Corona? What do I expect to have coming out of Corona? What do you want? I want more out. I will have more out of life. I will give more to my wife. Like I just will. You have to. This is the launching pad for you to set your life up in a totally different direction. It doesn't have to be the same. Corona doesn't have to be a virus. It doesn't have to be a virus. It doesn't have to spread throughout your mind and throughout our life negatively. It doesn't have to. It doesn't have to. It can be the launching pad for you to create and change your life. It can. I really believe that.
I agree. We just have to sit down and think about, what it is you want. And what steps can you take in this moment to get there?
What steps did you take? What steps did you take to, feel like it was time for you to walk away from your job? Like, what steps do you think helped you to get through certain things and stages? What's helping you get through this situation with coronavirus right now?
Aside from my strong relationship with God, I'm not really worried too much about the virus itself.
My wife don't ever get sick.
Yeah, we very rarely get sick. And I just credit it, like I said, to my relationship with God. And I just don't worry about it. I think about all the things we've talked about in building our brand and in building, different things and ideas. And it's like, now that I have this time, I really don't have an excuse as to why I can't get it done.
Absolutely.
Even if I don't know something. YouTube, oh my goodness, I'm learning so much. I just go to YouTube and type it in and watch video after video until
YouTube University. Make sure y'all go to Mr. P.I.E.N. 77 and subscribe to our channel. Help us get those numbers up, get those followers up, get this message out. I didn't mean to cut you off, but YouTube University, as my buddy would say, it's a dope school.
So I'm not making any excuses. We said we wanted to do some things. We have this time. I'm not a TV watcher, so I would just literally be sitting around, maybe watching, something on Facebook or Instagram. But I'm like, I can do that for only so long. And then I'm like, I need to put my hands to something productive. So those t-shirt ideas, that blog, that, different ideas we've had in this past year, we've been just putting our hands to it. Just getting up and making it a point to do some research if you have to, because you know, when you starting something new, you don't know everything about it. So
That's true.
you do a little research and then you go for it. You're not gonna be
Jump.
great when you get started, but
You
you
jump.
have to start to be great. So
You jump.
I've been just jumping, just going for it. I have my bachelor's degree in information technology and I have a certification in web development. So it's like it's go time. I want to put that stuff to use. So now that I have a purpose in our business, I'm doing just that. I'm creating things. Ideas come to me. You know, different graphic designs and different ideas for the blog, and I'm just putting my hands to it. I have this time and opportunity, and I just choose to use it in that way. And
So
like
you
I
hear
said, you don't have to, yours don't have to be a blog. If you're a gardener, if you want to build that shed, if you had this idea of writing a book, I mean, whatever it is that you felt like you didn't have time to do, now is the time. There's only so much, like I said, I'm not a TV watcher, but there's only so much TV I want to watch. And then I'm like, okay, I have to do something more productive than
I
this.
gotta do something different. You have to wake up. I don't know. It's like I said to. I think I said to you about a week or so ago. It kind of hit me one day. I was walking. It's like, if I'm talking, hopefully I should be teaching. If I'm listening, I should be learning. Other than that, I'm wasting time.
Right.
If I'm giving somebody information, I want to be teaching them something. I want to be planting some seeds, putting something in there. I don't know if it's good ground or not, but I want to be planting seeds.
Yes.
And if I'm listening to somebody, I want to be listening to understand, not just to reply. Because if I'm listening to understand, I could be learning something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that makes plenty of sense. You know, having goals and something set for yourself, whatever that is, coming out on the other side of this. We don't watch a lot of TV. I am a researcher by YouTube and Netflix, but I'm a documentary person. I can sit down and watch a documentary over and over again, but I don't want to go watch the same movie because I'm not learning anything from it. You understand what I'm saying? So that makes plenty of sense. You know, that kind of takes me back to something when we were first getting back together and you were talking about researching and things like that and studying. And when we were first getting back together, you talked about being a hidden treasure, finding who you are, knowing who you are and what your purpose is in life. And I wanted to play this little clip for y'all so y'all can hear it. And I want to ask her some questions because this is not about coronavirus, but coming out on the other side of something else that can be a pandemic in your life. Relationships with people, boy, I'm trying to tell you. It could be a pandemic in your life. But I'm going to play this clip. And she probably looking at me crazy, but it's okay. We're going to play it because it's been a while.
You have to look at yourself as a treasure, a hidden treasure. And you have to empower yourself with the jewels and the nuggets that you need to be found. Like, stop selling yourself short. You're a hidden treasure. Somebody out there is looking for you. Your kind of personality, your kind of build, your skin complexion, your hair. Somebody is looking for you. Realize that somebody looking for you. You desire to be a wife. So you gotta put jewels in your own treasure box. You gotta prepare while you being sought out and looked after. Looked for, I mean. You gotta prepare to put the jewels in the treasure because the Bible says he who finds a wife finds a good thing. So when he finds you, you gotta be a good thing. You can't be good on the outside and on the inside. You good you like to watch out for. So you got work to do while you are waiting to be found. But you gotta see yourself as, as a treasure, as a hidden treasure. And you gotta put those jewels in your treasure box so when you are found, you can be a blessing to his life. Mind blown.
Yeah. Even Zach laughing.
I hear you, loud and clear. So don't look at it as, I got the power. I can make him do what I want him to do. No, that ain't the right attitude. But you hold the power in the sense that you the treasure being hunted after.
The whole thing play.
So you don't have to just settle and be thirsty and all that jazz. All you gotta do is prepare yourself. And you will be found.
I'm letting you see how long it is, but I don't want to start it over, so I'm just leaving it alone.
But it's also sometimes it feels like ready or not, here I come, because you can meet somebody
Ready or not, it's like the
who could be the perfect
coronavirus.
person for you, but you're not ready. So you miss out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You get missed out because you're not ready. You have to prepare yourself to be found.
It's
You have
starting
to look
over.
at yourself as a treasure, a hidden treasure.
So what you think about that?
You have to.
How did that? How when I heard that, and I just happened to be going through to get to the music, Mr. P.I.E.N inspiration, y'all. And this was like 2-3 years ago when we first started talking, and we was just talking about being found, being a hidden treasure. And I know we left talking about coronavirus, and I asked the question, what are you planning to find? What are you planning to get on the outside of coronavirus? Like, what took you to that stage of that singleness time in your life to even see that, you had to find yourself and realize that you was the treasure. Like, and when I say that, and I know it's totally different because I'm talking about it from a relationship standpoint. But when I say with this coronavirus and you in the house now, you have to find a treasure that's hidden in you. Does that make sense? And what steps did you take to start digging out that treasure to realize, like, yo, I am the treasure, and how can you get after somebody else, or where was you at in that stage of your life? Like, what do you think about that? I don't know. That's a lot. It's a mouthful.
Yes.
Just reply to the statement. Reply to your
In
hidden
this
treasure.
time of Corona, we have time.
Okay.
I think it's a great time to go within and to begin to ask
Hey,
yourself
Belisa,
what it
hey,
is you
Jessica.
want in life and how can I get there. Is this a time for you of personal healing? Are there some things that has happened to you that has taken your joy? Are there some things that have happened to you that has caused you not to believe in that goal or dream anymore? I think this is a perfect time to visit that thing and to really take it on and really unpack it, so to speak, and deal with it, because you have nothing but time now. And it's not an easy thing when you have to look within and figure out why do I keep doing these things, or why do I keep entertaining certain people. You don't get to seeing yourself as a treasure until you can answer the question of, why am I allowing these things to take place in my life that I don't want? What is causing me to continually be in these broken situations, and how do I personally get past it? Is it something that happened in my past that has made me believe I'm not good enough, and so now I'm settling for these bad relationships, or now I'm settling for these jobs or these opportunities that don't really magnify or show me as, the treasure or the masterpiece that God has said that I am. But it takes being alone, and it takes doing the digging work to realize that, yes, you are a masterpiece, despite your flaws, despite what has happened to you, despite, the situation you may currently be in. It doesn't negate the fact that you're a treasure, that you're a masterpiece. It's just because you're who you are. You don't have to earn it. You didn't deserve it. It's just who God says you are. But we don't see ourselves as that because we have, things have happened to us, or things have gone on in our lives that we felt like we couldn't control. And sometimes we take on a personal shame. But I just feel like you don't get to the point of seeing who you really are until you deal with those very hurtful and painful things.
It's true.
And in this time that you have time, this is a perfect opportunity to do that. But it's only when you're ready. It's only when you get to a place where you're sick and tired of being sick and tired that you decide, I'm going to do this work because I need to. I have to. It's detrimental to my well-being and
Absolutely.
for me going on and be great. Because it's easy for us to say, hey, you guys, you're great. Go out there, get her done. I believe in you. But if you don't believe in you, then
it's a wrap. It's done.
Yeah,
Reynolds.
it's kind of hard to get you churning and going if you don't believe in you.
It's like I say, if you have to motivate me to get up and do this, Do I really want what I say I want?
Absolutely.
If I have to motivate you to, you know, to get up and go to work, do you really want to go to work and earn? Like, it ain't even about the money. You might not like your job, but if I have to motivate you to get up and you to do what you say your dream is, do you really want that dream? That's like people, that's like parents in school. We wonder why kids sometimes fell out of school or drop out of school. I'm gonna say college, because high school you should get through. You should. I ain't saying that you have to. You don't need it. People have made it without it. But in most households, they at least want you to get to high school, right?
Right.
But when it comes to college, most people don't do well in college because they don't really want to be there. They're there because somebody wants them to be there.
Or they want to be there and they're in a major that they don't
Because somebody
really
want them to be
because
in
a parent or some guardian has said, this is what I'm paying for, and if you want to go, then this is what I'm paying for. But in all actuality, the person is not really there with their heart in it because it's not what they desire in life.
Absolutely. So if it's not what you desire in life, then you're not going to find your treasure in life, what you called to do, what you blessed to do in life. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you were talking about in that clip about being a wife. You have to find who you are. I talked about that when we got back together about being a husband. You have to find who you are, who God says you are, because even when you come across your soulmate, or when you come across that person you believe that is for you, that God has designed you to be with, if you don't know who you are, they can change you. If you don't know who they can change you. And it might not be for the good at the time. You know, it's kind of like as simple as when we start talking again, you're like, yo, look, check this out. I'm a jeans and gym shoes girl. Don't be trying to put me in no heels and no dresses and all that, because you want me to look a certain way on your arm. Like, I can do that, but that's not who I am. So if that's going to be a problem for you, then we need to go our separate way. I ain't saying I don't want to rock with you or anything like that, but I'm letting you know that this is me. This is what it kind of boils down to. So sometimes, even when you go to be with somebody, you think God has got this person for you and he lining you up with this person, you still got to be you. You still got to be true to you. Even when we have times of pandemics like the coronavirus, we had SARS in 2004, we had Zika in 2016, Ebola in 2014, West Nile in 99, swine flu in 2010. Now we got coronavirus. Like, we always are going to have something. But as long as you got God and God got you, then you already know you're going to make it through. When you understand that you are a treasure, you might be hidden to some people, but you're not hidden to God. You are God's treasure. We are God's masterpiece. And we have to see ourselves that way. And we have to know, in order to really get to the jewels and the diamonds that's within us, you have to be put through the pressure. A diamond starts out as cold, then it's put through the pressure, it's put through the heat. You have to be put through the pressure in order for you to see the goodness that God has in you. I had to go through what I went through. As a country, as society, we are having to go through coronavirus to see the importance of taking advantage of your time and slowing down the time that you have, because it can end in a blink of an eye. Like, we lost Nipsey Hussle, the rapper, you know, for most people that was tragic, it was shocking all. But like when Kobe Bryant died, it was something totally different, on a different scale, on a different magnitude. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So you have to take time. You have to know the treasure that God has placed inside of you, and that your time is running out. And you have to discover that for you. You have to find that for you. You have to start planning life for you. This is what God is calling you to. And I think with the coronavirus, it's just giving us time. Well, people are taking advantage of their time for once and really seeing that they have to do something with their life. They believe in seeing a treasure within, you know, who they are, what they're called to be, what they're called to do. And I think that's very important. If you don't see the treasure in you as a wife or a husband, if you don't see the treasure in you as just a human being in life, period, if you don't see the treasure that you are in God, then you may not ever see the life that you called to live. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And you know what, in this time of, you know, we get on here in this expression session. So tune in and express yourself, man. Make sure y'all share this video. Leave your comments, because somebody gonna need this information. What are you gonna do outside what are you planning to have done coming outside of Corona? What things are you gonna implement new in your life? Better relationship with my wife, better relationship with my children, start that business, go back to school, start reading a book. What are you going to do coming outside of Corona? because it's always going to be a virus or something that's attacking our life. But as long as you truly got God in your life, then you know you already got the victory. And another thing you got to do, you got to have fun. We get on here and we talk positive, but when we not on here, we always laughing and having a good time. And you can go check out the channel, and it's fun on there. It's laughter. That's another thing you need to do. Laughter is food for the soul, man. You need to find something to laugh at. Instead of watching the news all the time, the serious stuff on TV, find some laughter in your life. And some people say, just start laughing. Just make yourself laugh and see what happens. It will turn into laughter. You got to enjoy life, too, coming on the outside of this. Start playing games or something in the house. So,
Yes.
don't just be bored. You want some of your orange before I eat it all? My wife got this orange, y'all. It's nice. Look, it's perfectly shaped. So, and she thought she lost it. It was in the back of the refrigerator. But now when I pull it out, everybody want it.
He hid it. I only bought one.
I didn't have it. I thought that one was for me.
No.
Yeah.
It's a Mandarin, so I wanted to try it. It was even shaped different. I'm like, oh, this is interesting. I'm gonna just get one. That way, if I don't like it,
you got
then...
one. She said one, y'all.
I was talking about one orange, not one slice, but
see, you gotta laugh.
You gotta be specific, or
gotta be specific.
you end up
You
with
said
one slice when you mean a whole orange. But
Oh,
I mean,
well. What about a quarter of it?
it's better than one slice.
Hey, we making progress, y'all.
Right?
We making progress. And that's what's going on, though, man. Every day you need to be making progress in life. Every day that we going through this coronavirus and everything, man, start to make progress in your life. Do 1 push-up today. Do 2 push-ups tomorrow. Read 1 page. Read 1 paragraph. Write 1 sentence. Tell your wife and kids you love them 1 time today. Like, don't wait till it's time to go to bed. When you wake up, wake up and happy. Tell God thank you for life today. Do something every day to make progress in your life as we go through this time, besides just getting on the news and scrolling and watching TV. Like, we creating t-shirts. I really am. We creating t-shirts. You can go check us out on the website. I'll let you know when the time is to go. You got to promote yourself. You got to sell yourself. You got to push yourself through this. You really got to get through this. God has given us the power to make it through this. It's already won.
And so, I want to switch it up a little bit.
Yeah, switch it up.
I've been seeing a lot about the stimulus check.
Hey.
Y'all heard about the stimulus check? I know some people are out of work, and I've been seeing a lot of things about this stimulus check that's supposed to be coming in the next 3 weeks.
Y'all,
And
I'm self-employed, so myself not getting no stimulus check. But if they make a mistake and send one of my social security number, it's a blessing and an investment from the Lord. But go ahead about your stimulus check. I don't know if I'm getting no stimuli.
I was hearing that it was finally approved, and I haven't read up on it. I said I was going to read up on it
like
and just
2 trillion.
see. Oh, the total.
Yeah.
Okay.
That they signed for. It's come the CARE Act or something like that. But
Okay, so I think that's awesome, especially for people who haven't been able to work, and now you're thinking about, okay, how am I going to pay my bills? I'm not sure if it's going to be a whole heck of a lot, but something is definitely better than nothing. So,
what you making?
um,
Oh.
really, I was just.
That's why I got the towel, so
But go
They
ahead.
talking about hot pockets. I'm talking about money.
money.
Sorry.
Hey, Zara. Cause our daughter, listen, I ain't mean to cut your stimulus off. My daughter got a towel. And she in the kitchen, she keep folding it up. I'm like, okay, what's she doing with this towel? We sometimes have a towel on the kitchen floor when you spill water. But my daughter is a little scientist. So I'm like, she going to the microwave with a towel. She making some slime. She making some bubbles. She could be getting ready to take a bath and made her own bath balls. I don't know. So she had the microwave with a towel. I wanted to know what she was making. That's why I
You know
asked.
I gotta be.
So she always making stuff. We got little scientists on our hand.
Yes.
YouTube University. She goes on YouTube and she like, Dad, I need some eye solution for contacts. You don't
Yeah.
wear contacts. it's for my slime. So yeah, that's why I didn't know what she was doing.
I'm just
True.
making food.
Okay,
This
I didn't know
time.
this time. But I'm
This
sorry,
time.
your stimulus package. Please cut us a check. We need to go see somebody, get some help around here, y'all. Okay? Please. This has been brought to you by Mr. P.I.E.N. and the good people of Mr. P.I.E.N. LLC. Stimulus check, part 2. Okay. Your stimulus check.
Oh, I was just saying, for
Oh.
those, who are out of work, what do you think about it? Do you think it's enough? Do you think,
You know it ain't no enough.
I mean, I'm just saying.
No, but don't say, you know it ain't no enough. They're going to give everybody 900, 1,000, 1,200. How long? That's what I want to know.
In the
How
next
long?
3 weeks, we're supposed to be getting it.
What up, Tag? No. How long? They going to get it to us twice? Like, and here in
No,
Austin,
it's
Texas.
a one and done.
Here in Austin, Texas, 1,200 can't pay your rent. Most people are one accident away from being broke, busted, and disgusted and out on the street. Coronavirus is an accident that nobody can control. Now, it ain't the government fault. Again, that goes back to what are you planning on getting on the outside, on the inside of this corona coming on the outside? So they say they give us the stimulus.
Right.
You got a job, I got a job. Let's say hypothetical. You get some, I get some. Now, neither one of us is working, but we just got this. We don't know when we going back to work. How long we think employers going to pay people?
What you mean?
How long we think employers going to be able to pay their employees that's not working?
Oh, while they're at home?
Right.
I don't know.
It's you, the average person that, you don't. So if you don't have the savings and things like that, the 1,200 is going to help you. That's going to be a blessing. But it's not going, you still going to be with your nose in the water.
Indeed.
And here's the thing, that's not the government fault or anything like that, but it's our fault if we don't take that stimulus money and then begin to build the little pieces for a raft. To keep my nose out the water, i.e., I'm going to get a t-shirt press. I'm going to make t-shirts. Or I'm going to get on Instagram because I'm on there anyway, and I'm going to learn how to do advertising, and I'm going to get people to pay me to do these Instagram advertisements. I'm going to take some of this stimulus money and not go buy a new TV. I'm not going to buy no new shoes. I'm not finna get sweet on the stimulus money. I'm finna get sweet and put myself in a position to win. I'm finna take this little nugget, this seed, and do something with it. Like, I know you said we was going somewhere else, but I'm really
No, that's
stimulus.
good.
Like, what you gonna do with it? People been giving us stuff for years. It's like me and you talk all the time. We've been got 10,000, 11,000, 30,000 from deployments, this, that, and the third. And I ain't did nothing with it. We ain't did nothing with it like that. So it's like, what are you gonna do with this? It's like income tax money. You look forward to your income tax money just to turn around and give it right back instead of doing something that's going to take yourself out of position to where you sweating the income tax check. Do you understand that if you are the businessman, you pay them what's left on your money, not you going to take my money and then give me some back so I can give it back to you? Man, you going to give me this stimulus check. I'm going to take this stimulus and I'm going to stimulate my life. And I'm going to take this thing that I call stimulate my life and it's going to bless me and my wife. We're going to expand this thing. What you going to do with your stimulus check? What business you gonna birth with your stimulus check? What car you gonna buy then go flip it with your stimulus check? It's so crazy. I was talking to a guy here yesterday, maintenance guy. He came and hollered at me because he was gonna quit the job.
Yes.
And he wanted to know about Uber and things like that. And I asked him what he was doing with his Cadillac that he had. Nice Cadillac. I'm like, what you doing with it? Like, it's just sitting. I'm like, yo, this is what you need to do. You need to take that Cadillac. You need to sell that Cadillac. You probably can get about 5,000 or 6,000 for it because it's a nice Cadillac. Sell that Cadillac. Go buy you a couple of Toyota Corollas or Toyota Camrys that's like 10 years old. And then you take those things and you turn around and you put them on Turo. He like, Turo? What's Turo? I'm like, that's the rental car thing. He like, what's that? I said, Turo is kind of like Uber or something. Turo, you can literally go on, it's like Airbnb. You can put your vehicle on Turo and other people can come rent your car from you day by day. So here's the thing, you got this car sitting up looking good that ain't making you no money, liability. Take that thing, sell it, get the money, buy 2 other cars, put them out there on Turo for $30 a day, turn that liability into an asset. Take this stimulus check that you about to get and don't go buy more liabilities when you can start buying assets to put more assets in your pocket to get the liabilities later. It's a circle, man. They giving us the money because they know when they give us the stimulus check, they gonna pump the stimulus check right back into the economy. The people with money ain't got no goddamn stimulus check coming to them.
Oh
It's going for the
no.
people that don't have it, because we gonna turn around and give it right back. So when you getting excited about this stimulus check, get excited about how this stimulus check is getting ready to change your life. Get excited about how this stimulus check is finna be the seed money to start your business. If you're gonna be excited about the stimulus check, please be excited about that. Checkmate.
Well.
Man, it's a war zone out there. That's when the side hustles kick in. I'm gonna work right on the front line with this shit. Talk to you. Hey, man, be easy out there, my baby big brother, Tay Gunner. He's a definitely an essential worker working in the hospital,
Yes.
in the medical facility, and he say it's crazy. Y'all got to take care of yourself out there, man. Hey, you just got to get prepared. We don't have no clue what's going to happen tomorrow, man. We could just be at the beginning stages of this. I ain't finna call this the end of the world because the locust is in Africa and it's the wildfire in Australia and you got pandemic going on right now. And I know people diving in Second Chronicles and Psalms 91 and everybody's pulling out all these scriptures. But if you living your life before this pandemic came, you probably living your life the same because you trust God and you know He got us through all this anyhow. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But you got to just get your get your life right. What that power that's greater than you, that God that's bigger than you, you know, Buddha, Allah, whatever you call it, whatever speaks to you. You know, I call him God. That's what I was taught. That's what I believe. That's what I learned. But I'm not going to judge nobody else for what they learned. But whatever it is you learn, whoever you follow, I need you to get that right for you. Because in this time of crisis that's going on, you believing in you being true to you and the people around you, that's what's going to really get you through, man. That's what's really going to get you through. If this thing gets any crazier than what it is, if this thing gets any crazier than what it is, then the government is going to take more drastic measures to protect everybody, not just one individual body. And the only body that you really can protect is your body. You got to start here. You got to protect you and get everything in order so you can help the people around you. If I don't get my mind right for my life, how can I lead my wife? If you don't get your mind right, how can you lead your children? If you don't get your mind right, how can you lead the people that's coming behind you? So even without this coronavirus situation, you have to start digging more into you. Like my wife said, you are a hidden treasure. If you want to be a wife, if you want to be a husband, if you just want to be that someone that's a productive citizen in life, you have to understand that the treasure lies within you. And you have to start digging down deep within inside of you to pull that thing out. You're not waiting on God. God waiting on you. When He stretched it out and said it's done, it's done. We already, to me, Corona is over. Whatever happens with Corona, I could get Corona tomorrow. Whatever happens with Corona is already over because God has a plan and a purpose for my life. And I just believe that He's going to see me through. He's brought me through too much. If you woke up and you watching this today, He's brought you through too much. You still have more to do. So until I'm done, I ain't thinking about what's going on. I'm thinking about where I'm going. You know what I'm saying? So what are you planning on getting outside of this? Where do you plan on going outside of Corona when this is done and over with? You know? Don't know. Tay say talk to you in a minute. Facts. Hey, Miss Jones Spicer, as I keep eating my wife's orange.
No, that's good because I don't know if a lot of people, I don't know if a lot of people look at their stimulus check that way. I think there are people, like I said, who are out of work and they're thinking that check could help with, utilities, and it may not pay all the rent, but it could be something towards it,
Listen to me, and that's cool.
And it's definitely a wake-up call that if you don't have money saved in the bank, that, how can you put a plan in place to do that? So that when these type of things happen, then we never know when they're going to happen, that you're better prepared.
That's true. And listen, I'm a jumper. I jump. Hey, it's like Nipsey Hussle said, ain't no point in playing defense, ninja. That's why I dove off the deep end, ninja, without a life jacket. I'm playing offense now. I want to score. I ain't waiting to see what happened, how life set me up. I ain't waiting to see what happened after I get the college degree. I ain't waiting to see what type of husband I'm going to be after I get the wife. That's defense. I'm playing offense. I'm going out there saying, When I get the college degree, while getting the college degree, I'm going to build the business because I know the college degree is just really a piece of paper to me. I still got to build this life. I know becoming a good husband don't start when I get the wife. Becoming a good husband start way before then. It say he who finds a wife finds a good thing and earns favor from the Lord. But you got to be ready when you seek, and you got to ask God to show you how to be that husband. Because if I'm waiting on her to teach me how to be a husband, then she's going to fail at her job thinking it's her job to make me a husband, and she can't make me a husband or make me a man. So now she's weak and she's drained, and then I'm weak and I'm drained, and we got problems because I put all this pressure on her to make me something that I'm not. I got to be that when I come into it.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So you have to
Absolutely.
be that when you come into it. Oh, where was I going with this? We was talking about stimulus, you said.
Yes, that we didn't think about that.
Yeah,
I think
you
a
didn't
lot of
think
people
about-
are
Right.
thinking that when they get their stimulus check, they're going to use it on bills.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing. It's like I was telling you, when you have to take a chance. You have to get ready as much as you can before it even happens. Like, okay, stimulus, corona happened, stimulus check is coming. You didn't know it was going to happen. But what you do know, if a stimulus check might come to you, then you need to get ready to have somewhere for that money to go. If you don't have a plan for that money to go anywhere, it's just going to go away quick. So you need to get ready. And you say, okay, I got bills to pay.
Excuse me.
But I'm going to pay this amount on bills, and I'm going to pay this amount on bills, and I'm going to take this $200 and I'm going to go buy, like I like to say, I'm going to go buy a t-shirt press. I'm going to invest. And my wife could say, no, baby, we got to pay these bills. You right, we do. But I've been having to pay bills since I got my first job. And Bill been there. He going to be there when I'm gone. So Bill going to have to wait till I do something to purchase an asset so I can build more assets, and I cannot even be worried about Bill and all those liabilities because I did something to invest in myself. I prepared for this bonus, this stimulus they gave me to do something with it because Bill gonna be there anyway. So pay your bills, but make sure you pay you. Make sure you invest in you. Warren Buffett said it. Your greatest investment is investing in yourself. So have a plan of what you're going to do. You don't just get to wealth by waking up and tripping and falling into it. You got to take a chance on yourself. You probably behind on bills anyway. Hell, they've been waiting all this time. Wait a little longer. Let them wait a little bit longer. Don't listen to me. If all the power go out tomorrow, you don't need them no way. They make candles, okay? Y'all laughing, but you ain't think you was gonna walk in Walmart either and couldn't buy milk. You ain't think you was gonna walk in Walmart and couldn't buy bread. And I ain't talking about just in my city. I'm talking about in your city. I ain't talking about just in our state. I'm talking about in a number of states, in a number of countries. Dog, they fighting over tissue. You ain't think that day was gonna come. Never in a million years did you think that day was gonna come. What I'm telling you, you know stimulus check's supposed to be coming. So you better know what you're going to do with that money that's going to stimulate your life and move your life in a different direction. See, I ain't worried about no corona. I'm worried about what's going on in my mind. I'm worried about what's going on in my heart. I'm worried about what am I going to do. I'm worried about, am I going to be the man that God is calling me to be? Am I going to give my wife the life she's supposed to live? How are you going to stimulate your life? Stop letting people just throw you a couple dollars and stuff at you to pacify you, to buy you off. No, man. Take that little seed they planting in you and turn that thing into a tree. Invest in you. Invest in you. God believes in you. He who lives in me is greater than he who lives in the world. I came to give you life and give you life more abundantly. He gives us the knowledge to gain wealth. He wants you to gain wealth. He actually letting the government give you money back. Yeah, I know you ain't gonna pay no tithes on it. So you might as well take that 10% of that $1,200, which is $120, and invest in your business. You ain't gonna give it to God. We give it to the weed man. We give it to top shelf liquor. We give it to the strip club. They close. So I don't know. Invest in yourself. And here's the thing that's so killer now. You got to use your own mind and create your own ideas and be resourceful to get it locally, because when most of we get our stuff from Amazon and China ain't even shipping. You really got to think about what you want and what you're going to do. But everything that you need is inside of you. You got to start investing yourself if you really want wealth. And I ain't talking about just money. Yeah, pay your bills. Pay your bills. They going to call you anyway. If you a day late and $1 short, they calling. Pay your bills, but make sure you pay some attention to what you want to do on the other side of Corona and use this stimulus check to really stimulate your life, to take your life in a different direction, to really move you in a different direction. What's going on, Leger, Kente? What you got, babe?
No, that was good. I just brought it up and you took it, so that was awesome.
Step into the room. Hey man, tell me what y'all think about this shirt. Where I'm at. Wait. Yeah, you get the picture, don't you? If not, let me know. PSP, promote, sell, push yourself in black and in gray. They are on their way. This is just what they call a prototype. Is that right?
Yes.
A prototype, a beginning.
Playing around with it just to
Playing
see.
around with it. Let me know what y'all think. Shout out to ATX DJ Knox for helping me out with this, actually teaching me something, learning me something. So we actually working on it. What's going on, Miss Ebony? Hey man, I know some of y'all just tuning in, but what we talking about? We a little bit about this Corona, but not too deep, man. I just want to know what's your plans for coming on the other side of Corona. And my wife was talking about this stimulus check. If you get the stimulus check when it's supposed to hit, what you gonna do with this money? Are we just gonna give it back to them like we do with our tax money? Or are you gonna take this and are you gonna plant a nest egg or seed in the business that you're growing? You know, what are you gonna do to set yourself up to be in a better position for when the next virus come around? You know, we've had so many viruses that's been going on throughout our time in history and in our country. We don't know what's gonna happen next. So when you get that check, what are you gonna do to set yourself up to be more successful in life, man? What you gonna do with it? What are you doing with your family? What have you implemented new since you've been on quarantine that you think you want to keep? Or something that you're gonna get rid of? Have you started working out more? Have you started cooking more at home? Are you eating healthier? Like, cause it has to be some good coming out of this COVID-19. Everything ain't all bad. I see more people out at the park when I'm out. I see more people out walking. I see more people with their families than I've ever seen before. So it's not all bad. People got to be eating healthier. Buy cheap property in Detroit and flip it. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Now that's investing your money wisely. Buy cheap property, invest and flip it. That's what I'm talking about. That's how you take that liability and you turn it into an asset. You know, it's like I was listening to some Grant Cardone, and Grant Cardone, my wife listens to Dave Ramsey, and they have two opposing views. This is a good time to invest in stocks.
Yeah.
My wife talks about that too. I've been looking at that and doing some. I haven't been doing no research. I've been listening and checking out these execs leaving their jobs and things like that. And I said I wanted to look into that. But like I told my wife, man, our greatest investment is investing in yourself. What do you have? What dream that you believe in? I think I see Miss Ebony doing candles. It's like, now is the time for you to really push your business. Me personally, I'm going to invest in myself before I invest in stocks and use that money invested in myself to get back, you know, to get to the point to invest in stocks. But stocks are good, especially if you know what you're getting into. You can buy low, sell high. Absolutely. But buy cheap property in Detroit. Yep. This is a good time to invest in stocks. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Because I'm attempting to read everybody's comments. So yeah, this is cool. Oh, what we're talking about. What are you going to do on the outside of Corona? Somebody said they're going to buy a property. That's dope. You know, maybe you're going to write that book. Maybe you're going to
plant that garden.
Plant that garden. Yeah, we like to start eat healthy around here. Instagram be cutting me off on his own. We just going to go back home. Do something different, man. Growing the assets that grow the wealth, advertising, traffic, and investing in myself and my business. Absolutely, 100%.
Jay, that's what's up.
That's what I told my wife, and I've said it on here so many times. I make shell shea butter. Definitely trying to promote that for sure. Absolutely, man. You got a PSP. Promote, sell, push yourself. That's why I'm wearing my t-shirt. Promote, sell, push yourself. Uplift yourself. Be your own cheerleader. Believe in yourself. Push yourself to be great. You have to. Now is the time. I was talking about Grant Cardone and Dave Ramsey, and they have two opposing views about investing and saving. Dave Ramsey believes in you paying all your bills off and getting no debt. No debt, and then, you know, you start to save from there. And Grant Cardone is like, yo, All debt is not bad debt. I believe in having debt. You know what I'm saying? If I can go borrow $300,000 and take that $300,000 and not buy more liabilities, but buy assets, then that's good debt. You know what I'm saying? That's even like if you get $20, you get $5. If you have a business mind and investor's mind, you know, okay, I can go get $5 and I can buy this large size of Doritos, you know what I'm saying, for $3.29. And just sit back and eat it all on my own. Or when I was a kid, I could take that bag of Doritos, get some sandwich bags, break that thing down, and sell them $1 a piece or 75 cents a piece till I got my money back and then some.
Right.
So Grant Cardone's thing was, I'll borrow all the money I can because I know I'm going to go buy a couple apartment buildings to get the money back. Dave Ramsey thing is, I will pay off everything and then just use what I have on my own. So it really just depends on what works for you. But it's all about investing, and whatever you invest in, you need to know what you're getting into before you do it. But if you know you and you believe in you, hey man, you your greatest investment.
Indeed.
You are your greatest investment. Well, I guess I gotta let the people go. I can just kind of sit back and play some music and come on and go off. I gotta go cook these lobster tails, okay?
Hey.
I done made like 4 loaves of banana bread, and now I gotta go. Look, you see her smiling. She like, bye y'all. We gotta go now. He's going in the kitchen. So, my wife is a foodie.
That's one good thing that's come from COVID. My babe learned how to make banana bread, y'all. Oh man. Hey. Try something new.
That's it. I ain't did nothing else. I ain't did nothing else. Since COVID,
try something new. I'm trying to tell you.
I learned how to make banana bread.
Here lies bananas Ethan going bad. Smith. He made magic,
aka Mr. P. Talking a lot of crap, but the banana bread during COVID was.
Hey, nah.
I'm trying to tell you. Laughter is food for the soul. Hey, I don't know if it's gone off my Instagram. Shout out to Trey Renee. To Tracer. Shout out to Tracer. Again, I talked about this. I don't know if it's earlier I mentioned it or some point about telling my wife about this poetry thing that they have in Houston. And what COVID did for me, since they couldn't have it in Houston live, they did it live over the Instagram. And they gave me an opportunity to, you know, promote my gift or use my gift in front of a different platform. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna even lie to y'all. In front of more African Americans, and I probably got to kick it with in quite some time. No offense to nobody, but I go to Toastmasters, I have a good time. Different speaking platform, you know.
Yes.
Slam poetry seems like it's kind of an open, raw thing. Toastmasters is more crafted speech, professional, and structured. So, and when you on Facebook, you know, I'm not one dimensional. I got friends in all areas, and like I've said, you know, everybody got about 8, 9 different personalities, and everybody wanted a shot. So, yesterday's poetry slam, I didn't know what to expect, because I'm like, I don't do no poetry, I just speak. But God really used me, allowed me to get on there and do my thing. So I want to shout out Tracer for turning us on to it. It opened up a different part of me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bars, y'all.
And it opened up something else. So hopefully you can go to my Instagram and check it out. Or actually, it's here on Facebook. And my wife will put it on the YouTube. You won't see the live that I did. Shout out to _lady380 for having me on there. It was a good time, man. So again, in this coronavirus season, come out with something different, man. Like, I can't go physically anywhere and speak, but I can speak more on camera. I can do more. I can put out more content, more information. You know, we can find new ways to promote ourselves. We can find new ways to strengthen our mind. You can find new ways to build a relationship with your children, and you can find new ways to eat better and to eat healthy. My wife shot me a text, babe, I want banana bread. Here's the ingredients. Done, son. Say no more. Say no more. So, we gonna go. Love y'all. Love y'all spirit. Be safe. Now, I love you too. Thank you for tuning in. We gonna have to check out some of that shea butter. Yeah. We have to shout it out, send it on down here. And Leger, I know we gonna continue to talk with you and your investing in your growth mindset. I thank y'all. Please share this video. Comments down below, thumbs up, thumbs down. Let us know what y'all want to hear us talk about, man. We come up with topics and ideas. Have any
topics y'all want us to talk about? Go ahead.
No, you go first. I'm gonna eat your orange.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
If y'all have any topics or subjects y'all want us to speak on, let us know. We want to talk about the things that's bothering you or that you're interested in, or gives us an opportunity to.
Or anything you want to know. Questions, Q&A. You know me, I'm transparent now. Be ready. If you ask, I'm going to answer, okay? Just be ready. Cheers, Leger. Cheers. But, hey, man, again, ask yourself, what do I want coming outside of COVID? And then part 2 to that, how am I going to use this stimulus package to stimulate my life? If you get a stimulus package, if you don't get a stimulus package, how are you going to create your own stimulus package? From the work you start doing, put a little something aside. Create your own stimulus to invest in your life, man. And please make sure y'all keep checking us out. Go to the website, www.mrp.com. You can check out the blog posts from I do my daily vlogs. My wife come out and finish up the blog and put some words together to continue to inspire in our life. So check out the vlog post. Stay on the lookout for these t-shirts. Get your orders in. PSP, JBY, show up to blow up. They'll be on there, so just keep looking. My wife like, okay, he gonna put this on there now. I gotta go touch on some stuff. But just keep looking out for that, man. And y'all be blessed. Y'all stay safe. Take precautions, whatever precautions you need to take, but don't let this thing lead your life in the way that God ain't calling you to live. So continue to live your life for you. Is Zaria in the house?
Yep.
Oh.
I know she is.
All right, so you got anything? Y'all have a blessed and wonderful day. Hopefully this motivation and inspiration was something for your situation to free and relax your mind as if you are on a vacation. What's going on, Eli? We just got on to get back off because Instagram is always cutting off before Facebook. So y'all have a blessed and wonderful day, man. Thank y'all for tuning in over here. Share this video. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Comment down below. Let us know what y'all want to talk about next week and where else y'all gonna hear some more from me.
What is he doing?
Peace. Hey, Zach, say hi to the people.
Hi to the people.
That's all you.
He like his mother.
All right. Peace.
Did you end it?
Yep.
Oh, I got you, people.
He thought he was good.